Alright, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Massa Tutorials. We are still on what? Math 102, Analytic, Geometry and Calculus. Alright, so we have the angle aligned mixed with the what? X-axis. The angle aligned mixed with the X-axis. In our last videos or our last two videos, right? We dealt with what? An angle between what? Two lines. An angle between two lines. And this time around, we want to find the angle aligned mixed with the what? X-axis. So how can we find for the angle, that line, the supposed line mixed with what? With the X-axis. So now here, the angle aligned mixed with the positive what? X-axis. To be precise here, we mean what? Positive what? X-axis. So the angle aligned mixed with the positive X-axis is calculated by what? Theta is equal to what? The inverse of tan, which is the arctangent or the arctan, right? So theta is equal to what? The tan inverse of this what? M, right? So theta is equal to the tan inverse of M, where M, the supposed M, is the what? Is the gradient or slope of the line. So now let's see. Find the angle between the x-axis and the line joining the points. So let's start with examples here. Find the angle between the x-axis and the line joining the points. The line joining the points A 610 and B 5 7 and B 5 7. So how can we find for the angle between the x-axis and the line joining the points? So solution here. So let's see how we can find for the angle between the x-axis and the line joining the what? The points. So now here, in our video we said that what? M, the gradients, can also be equal to what? Tan theta, right? Which is the tangent of that angle. So if you want to find for the gradient, you can say that what? Tan theta. But this time around, if M is equal to tan theta, and this time around we have to what? Find for this theta. We have to what? Take the tan inverse of what? M. So the inverse of this M will give us what? Back to what? Our theta. Will give us back to what? Our theta here. Will give us back to our theta here. So now, if you want to find for M again, just take what? Tan of both sides. So if you take tan of both sides, so tan then tan inverse of M, which must be equal to what? The tan theta. So this guy cancels that. So I get M being equal to what? My tan theta. Right. So now here, alright, so now how best can we solve that? So now let's see. Find the angle between the x-axis and the line joining the points A 610 and B 5 7. So they said if you want to find for what? The angle, which is theta, we assume that the angle is theta, right? Theta is equal to what? Tan inverse of what? M. And M is the what? Gradient. Then we have to calculate the gradient joining this point. The line joining this point here. So we have to find for the gradient. So now how do we find for the gradient M? So that's y2 minus what? y1 all on what? x2 minus what? x1. So I have x1 y1, then x2 y2. So y2, which gives us what? 7 minus y1, which is 10, all on x2, which is 5, minus x1, which is 6. So 7 minus 10, which gives us what? Negative 3, all on 5 minus 6, which gives us what? Negative 1. So this one cancels that, then we get what? Positive 3. So therefore our gradient is what? Positive what? 3. Now if the gradient is positive 3, then it means that we are getting what? An increasing function, which is an upward slope. So then that means the line is that. That's the line. So that's the line. So that's the line. So if that's the line, then we have our x, then we have our y, then that's the line, right? So how can we find for our theta angle? So we can say that what? Opposite on what? Adjacent, right? You can find for the theta. Sorry. So let's see. All right. Let's go. All right. So theta is equal to what? Tan inverse of what? M. Tan inverse of M. Tan inverse of M. So we can find for that. So theta must be equal to tan inverse of M. And now our M is what? 3. So tan inverse of 3, which gives us what? Tan inverse of 3, which is what? 71.5650518 degrees. So 71.5650518 degrees. So to the nearest, so let's say to the nearest whole number, to the nearest degree. So we get what? 72 what? Degrees. 72 degrees. 72 degrees. So that's what? The angle between the x-axis and the line. The angle between the x-axis and the line. So can you watch it carefully? Alright, so let's continue. So find the angle between the x-axis and the line. Joining the points. So we have the points. So let's say our point A. So our point A, which is 3, -1, 3, -1. Then our point B, which is 4, -2, 4, -2. So how can we find for that? So these ones, they are very simple. They are very simple. So now, so our y2 minus y1 all on x2 minus x1. We have to find for what? Our gradient. So y2, which is what? -2 minus y1, which is -1, all on x2, which is 4, minus x1, which is 3. So we have -2 plus 1. Minus, we get what? Plus. Then 4 minus 3 here. So -2 plus 1, which gives what? -1. All on 4 minus 3, which is what? 1. So we get our gradient. So m equals what? Negative what? 1. M equals -1. So which means that the supposed line is a decreasing what? Function. That's a decreasing function. Or a downward what? Slope. A downward slope. So how can we find for theta? Theta is equal to what? Tan inverse of what? M. So theta must be equal to tan inverse of -1. So theta must be equal to our tan inverse of -1 is equal to what? -45 what? Degrees. -45 degrees. So now here we can take what? The absolute here. So when we take the absolute, it takes away what? The negative. So we get what? 45 degrees. So 45 degrees. So kindly watch it carefully. Alright, let's see the next example. Find the angle between the x-axis and the line. So find the angle between the x-axis and the line. 4x minus 3y equals 9. 4x minus 3y equals 9. 4x minus 3y equals 9. So now this time around, they didn't give us points, they gave us what? The equation of the line. And now, this equation of the line is not in this form, y equals mx plus c. So you have to make y the subject. You have to make y the subject of this what? Equation. So now let's make y the subject from there. So we have what? 4x, right? Minus 3y equals 9, right? So now we can send this minus 3y to the right hand side because we want positive y axis, positive y value. The positive y variable here, sorry. So I have 4x minus 9. We bring this one to the left hand side equals what? 3y. So now I still have my 4x minus 9. We can divide both sides by the coefficient of y, which is 3. So here on 3. So I get my y being equal to, this 3 is for this 4x and this 3 is for negative 9. So I can write it as what? 4 on 3 x minus 9 on 3. And now y must be equal to what? 4 on 3x. 3 goes into 9 how many times? 3 times. So I can still write it as that. Or you can still write it as 4 on 3x minus 3. Right. So we can say that this is now in the form y equals mx plus what? C. Right. Where our m is what? 4 on 3. Our m is 4 on 3. So now how can we find for the angle between the x-axis and the line? So which is what? Theta must be equal to what? Tan inverse of m. So theta must be equal to tan inverse. Our m is now 4 on 3. So we have to take the inverse of the gradient. So we have what? 53.130102335 degrees. So theta must be equal to the nearest degree we have 53 what? Degrees. 53 degrees. 53 degrees. So this brings us to what? To the end of our topic. The angle a line makes with what? With the x-axis. So thanks for subscribing to Massa Tutorials. Massa Tutorials made easy. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.